No one is being asked, go live on the mountain and give up your job. No, everything. Because you realize at some point, it was never really that. It's all this. Let the mind return to the heart.
One of my favorite things that you say is nothing, not an atom, can move outside of the will of God.
Yes.
And I just want to say I want to find myself in that at every moment.
Yes. What have you found so far?
It's true.
Yeah. It's almost as though to find yourself, we have to remove something. Like you have to forget yourself. I don't want to leave it with those words because they're easily misunderstood. But somehow we have to let go of all the ideas we have about ourselves. And I feel this, I'm so happy because I feel the exercise has been offered without having to explain and to make more concepts about it, moves directly into that space. Because we're always so preoccupied with the mind, to the extent that we don't even know it, at how strong the influence of that shaken mind is. And what has been good about the exercise is by bringing the attention to beingness. And it has taken a while to be able to say that to you, because if I say to put your attention on something, normally this thing would have to be something tangible that you can see through the mind or the senses. So some transcendence must have happened, some maturing has happened to say, bring it to beingness. What does beingness look like? What shape, what color, what size, you see? Still, when I say bring it to beingness, this non-visual recognition, how it happens. These are not words that are easily understood in our world. When we speak of tangible things, things that we have already a strong concept about them, and we have this sense that, yes, I know what you're speaking about. But I say, bring the attention to beingness. And everyone is comfortable with that? Weak response, but you see. And by that, then, only then can the exercise be effective. That to see, to not to give attention or to be aware of mind and the movement of mind, but not to be pulled into its stream. You have that ability, but it has not been exercised, so it feels like you have no power to do it. You follow now? Yes, because we have not practiced that. We were never told about that. So that when the mind comes, it's as though it's like a reflex. We go into identity. That's what it means. We go into personal identity, and personal identity and the mind are old friends. And with that, we create through the mind. So over the time that we have spent, I have had the privilege to be with you and to share and to point out, so that it became alive for you to say that whatever arises in the mind or through the senses are phenomenal for you, meaning that you can perceive them, they are moving, they come and go. Nothing is stable there. Agree? Nothing is stable there. Even the things you love the most will not stay there. Nothing can stay there. Everything is on the move. And I presented it that your being is like the sky, limitless. And our thoughts, emotions, memory, desires are like the effects in the sky, like the clouds coming and going. Everything you see in the sky, the clouds, stars, moon, everything like this, they're only temporary visitors, but the space is unchanging. And when you come to see like that, it's a good metaphor. When you come to see like that, you see everything appears, but nothing sticks. Yes or no? Yes, whatever. Even old things we have been taught, they don't stay. Everything is a tourist. Everything is visiting. It comes, it appears, it disappears. It comes, it goes. But for the first time, we began to be able to prove that this is so. And that if we are able to see even the most subtle things that come, that they go, does that which witness them, that which sees them, does that also come and go? This is more subtle. This is more subtle. Relative to them, the weakness of them does not come and go. Can we wait for a moment to see if you can verify that? That the weakness of the traffic of the mind, of emotion, even of identity also come and go. The weakness relative to that which it sees, does it come and go? And you say relative to what it sees, it does not come and go like them. Yes?
Yes.
Then you become aware that even the act of witnessing is perceived. Yes? By what? Can that be identified when the very weakness of life, the weakness even to the ego or to the sense of person and its world, relative to everything that it sees, it outshines them. But it itself, as subtle as it is also seen. Is this philosophical? Is it merely intellectual understanding? Or does it make a difference? And that you keep seeing, and over again. Whatever appears, however subtle, it appears and disappears. Even your greatest thought, greatest feelings, all traffic. That even the function of witnessing, the act of witnessing, is perceived. What remains? Is it personal or impersonal? Only you must say. No one must say for you. Only you can say. You being what? That is maturity. That is the maturity of being. Then in my view, why you came to the earth? Is it to find out something more than this? Whatever we have possessed will be dispossessed. Whatever come will go. It's as though we are three-aspected. There's this body and the sense of a personal self or the mind, and that which witnesses them. You may call the spirit or being. One of them belongs to time. One of them belongs to time. Even each day as you look in the mirror, that one is changing. and his weakness to be changing. There's nothing wrong with this. It is also a law of God. All that takes form is transient. It comes, it plays, it goes. And it is weakness to go. Seeing that clearly, it would seem unwise to tie ourselves to the transient. Not curse it. No one should curse. But observe. Everything is playing. Actions, reactions, interactions, unfolding in the dance of existence. And life flows on in the presence of this weakness that cannot be described. What is the nationality of the weakness? What is the gender of the weakness? When even gender is weakness. What is the nationality? What is the religion? What is the parent? And it is seen, it cannot be found. Does it bring pain to you? Does it bring suffering? Perceiving in this way as it brought you suffering. Yeah. At first, when you are touched by grace, then this grace comes to the surface. All that does not serve you begins to come to the surface. In feelings and thoughts and every kind of pain will come. And you're told, don't run. Let it play out. It is being resolved like that. And they come and they go, one by one. Then you're told, don't say, yes, eureka. Don't say it is finished. Don't make any judgment. Simply notice. But something else is happening. A deeper sense of one's true nature that the world could not teach you. And you have the sense you're in the presence of something beyond. Do you feel a stranger here?
No.
No. Can we write an autobiography of beingness? Or future? Or past? Well, I will tell you, if you're feeling this with profundity, it's because you are mature enough to feel this. I am not willing to leave anyone out of this room. If you say, I still can't grasp it, it cannot be grasped tangibly.
After listening to satsang for a really long time, it's like it somehow didn't get digested.
Yes.
And now that you've told this to sit in this way somehow, and it's heard to do it, it starts to digest somehow.
Yes. We don't know how. Thankfully. Because then the mind will take it and analyze it to death. But it's like a miracle. Just sitting. Who told us just to sit and pay attention and don't go with, watch the mind, but don't get too involved. You just broke my run now. But nobody told me growing up. No blame, just no one told. But whatever is your destiny, somehow, consciously or unconsciously, you cannot avoid it. That by grace, I was brought to, the urge arose to go to India to sit at the foot of this one. And it was not an immediate understanding. It was an immediate impact, but not immediate understanding. The understanding had to become more than mental. It had to combust into beingness or spirit, as it is for all of us. Because whatever you retain by your mind, it will not be able to be retained for long. Because always some action is happening upon your thoughts, and they will keep changing. But what you find inside your heart, that is the one that bears witness to the mind.
And you said the other day in satsang you used to go into the McDonald's.
Yes. Well, okay, you are exposing me, and because there was a time, and I say it because you also should be able to relate to that. You know, that I would go out walking. I was not used to going walking. If I go walking, it would always be like going somewhere. But I started walking without going somewhere. And I'd find myself out sometimes in the town, and this urge will come that I need to be with God. Like, I need to. Okay? So, and then needing to be discreet also. So, I don't know anywhere in my town I can be like that. So, you know, Maki's. And I would just go into the bathroom, close the door, and be just grateful. It was just gratitude. I cannot remember any prayer. Just gratitude. Gratitude that I could be experiencing what is in my heart so powerfully. And now, even with this exercise you're doing now, and feeling the joy, even though when you sit for 10, 15, 20 minutes, there is like some fight. Just to be nothing. Just to be. Even you go on a holiday, you have to do something. But here, just to be, to let go of all the things, let them go, don't control them, because that would be doing something. Let them run, but keep your attention in being. Without explaining more than that. In being what? No, in being. Yeah, but being what? In being. What you can say. What made you understand? And even though you may sit for a short time and the feeling like it's in the beginning seems impossible to not go with mind, the mind just comes. It doesn't even knock at your door. Like some reflex, we are already in negotiation or in something. But I said persist. Don't give up, persist. And in a short time, just like I see sometimes people running to the bathroom, I see people running under the tree, running to be just alone, and to again take that darshan of being. And that's why I say, after a while, no one will need to encourage you. You'll be encouraged by your own joy. You're called by your own heart. You can do it. And we don't know how to evaluate any progress even. Because the entire field of the Sangha becomes much more intense, but not tense. Tense? Tight? No. But clean, silent, present, awake, happy. Moving in spontaneous existence. We were not taught this. And yet no one is being asked, leave your family, go live on the mountain and give up your job. No, everything. Because you realize at some point, it was never really that. It's all this. Let the mind return to the heart. Not to kill mind, but let the mind live in the heart.
Also, you made this prayer to take away all the concepts.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's a very powerful one. Who is going to ask that? Normally our concepts are treasures for a while. But you have seen something to make this prayer. Neutralize all these concepts. Too many concepts. And we live in some conceptual prison. Too much ideas, too much opinions, too many concepts. How can you be without them? Well, happy, light, free, spontaneous, fresh, loving, wise, kind, confident in existence. As you go, with some, I will call you. I want to tell you something. To come fully in. Not by running away from the world. Naked awareness. Indescribable. How to be in this world, but not of the world. At some point, some few, a rare one maybe, will make this prayer. Lord, dissolve this message of personhood and this limitations and world, this arrogance. Delete that message of egohood in me. Replace me with you. If that time comes. That's the true human being. Cursing no one. As soon as your heart opens for this, power comes in. But also resistance will come. Also resistance will come. It's as though the culture of personhood will not let go so easy. Because it's full of dreams, unfulfilled projections. And there will be a tendency to postpone, in order to taste the fulfillment of your projections. And it goes on. It's okay. Until it's not okay. This freedom God gives. Free to be free, free to be bound. Where are you living inside this body? And where are you not? In every human being, in every living being, is that seed, this light of God, of perfection. Intelligent existence is to awaken to this. And you are. To perceive the resistance, the reluctance, the hesitation, the fear. It is like someone asked, but how long it takes and what do I have to do? And he said, the sense of the person, the heart of the person is this impersonal essence, the purity, the light of God. A person is like a piece of ice that you put in a bowl of warm water, and it is slowly dissolving. The ice is water, and the water is water, and a melting is happening. That is life, and that is satsang. But satsang is almost like applying a blowtorch to this ice. I don't know if it's a good example though. Why? Because the ice asked for it. Yes or not? Yes. Good. That's a good yes. Okay. Thank you, Nirma. So you all know, and just to refresh, just to keep again bringing your attention, just you have to bring it. The beingness is already here. The sense of being is always here. It's more here than your mind. And it's everywhere. It cannot leave. So sometimes it might feel I can't find my being, but that's because of the way of thinking. Your beingness means yourself. You're always here. Even if you feel lost, you're still here. So the sense of being is here. And now I ask you now, just try and pay attention, not a visual attention, not to things, but just rest only in your aloneness, without any images or any stories like that. And you will see that mind will come, and the attention wants to go to the mind, wants to go to the mind. It's used to it. And I said, no, just keep bringing it back to just being here. No stories, no memories, no pictures, just like empty but awake. Now, we're so not used to it that what tends to happen is very often we start to feel like sleepy sometimes. And I said, no, that's not sleep. It's false sleep. The mind is rebelling a little bit like that. So just you be aware and just keep doing. It's going to get easier and easier just as we are sitting. You'll watch. And it is the most important and most powerful exercise for you. It will transform the quality of your sense of existence. And then I'll encourage you to stay with it, to keep it. We started this some while ago, and they say each day, for many people, most here now, they made that commitment. Yes, I'll do it for at least half an hour. You can do it for 15 minutes if you want, but learn to sit and just watch this. And it's the most powerful exercise, so much so that you will want to keep doing it because of the impact of it, the power of it, the grace of it. And it's not about many words. It's not any words, actually. But it will transport the mind into the presence of God. The presence of God and your own beingness are a oneness. And there's no one who could do this exercise and stay with it and not feel. Of course, you'll find resistance because the mind is used to a lot of resistance when it comes to, but it's only initially. It plays like that. Actually, the mind longs to be in the heart. But out of bad habit, resistance became like a reflex. So when I ask you to keep your attention just on the sense of being, and I'll start really with 5 minutes at first. And you can close or open your eyes, but just to be with this. And I will use the bell to start and the bell to finish. And occasionally you might hear me with this. If I do this, that's just empty. Just like, it's nothing. Empty. Stay empty. Just this sound you will hear. And it's like, don't touch anything. Stay empty. But awake and clear. Okay, so we start 5 minutes. Om. Do not fight the senses. Simply stay empty. Let everything continue to function in their own way, but you are only empty and aware. No imagination. Don't think. Just be. Beingness is not an action taken. Though there's some effort, seemingly just to avoid the mind. Stay only as awareness. Don't worry if there's a sense of difficulty. Don't pay any attention to that. Clear, clean, empty. Oh.